Friends, this is the story of an astronaut who, after completing a space mission with his fellow astronaut, is returning to Earth. However, suddenly a terrifying entity attacks their spacecraft, resulting in the death of his companion. Afterwards, when the surviving astronaut is placed in quarantine, he experiences a strange pain in his body one night, and before he knows it, a dangerous alien emerges from his mouth, leaving everyone astonished. What is this creature and where did it come from? What is its purpose on Earth? Afterwards, scientists decide to conduct research on it and eventually plan to use it as a weapon against other countries. Hence, they feed the alien prisoner every night as a meal. Everything seemed fine until some time later when this alien turns into a disaster for them by attacking them. Now, let's see if the scientists can defeat this alien or if it will annihilate all of humanity on Earth. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow our Facebook page so you don't miss any upcoming videos. The movie begins in 1983, during the height of the Cold War. 2 Russian astronauts are sent on a mission into space. However, upon their return to Earth, they encounter an attack that damages their spacecraft, resulting in the death of one of the astronauts. The surviving astronaut, named Konstantin, manages to escape the attack but is not in good condition. He is placed in quarantine due to his unstable condition. To care for Konstantin, a young lady psychiatrist named Tatiana is brought in. Tatiana, whose controversial approaches are under review, is unaware of the true reason for Konstantin's quarantine. Initially, she assumes that Konstantin is suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. When she approaches Konstantin and asks him about the events of that night, he reveals that he remembers nothing after the crash. Tatiana notices that Konstantin cannot leave his quarters and that no one can meet with him. During this time, Tatiana begins to suspect that something big is happening here. Konstantin gives her his mother's number and tells her to tell his mother that he is completely fine. After that, Tatiana leaves and informs the colonel that the incident has had a very bad effect on Konstantin's mind, causing him to sink into depression and lose his sensitivity. Telling this to the colonel, Tatiana says that she doesn't see anything in this case that another doctor couldn't handle, so now she wants to leave. After this, the colonel tells her that the next helicopter will leave from here the next day, so you go to your room and sleep. When Tatiana is sleeping in her room at night, the colonel knocks on the door and takes Tatiana back to the same place where Konstantin is present. She is amazed to see that Konstantin's hands are trembling and he suddenly falls to the ground from his bed, and his condition was deteriorating. Along with this, he vomits blood and a strange creature comes out of his mouth slowly and he becomes bigger slowly and comes back to his original form. Then on the colonel saying Tatiana goes inside and stands in front of this strange creature, but there is a glass wall between them. At first the creature relaxes completely, but suddenly it attacks Tatiana. But due to the glass wall, she manages to escape. Seeing this, Tatiana gets scared, and the colonel tells her that they brought her here so that she could remove this creature from Konstantin's body because it has already taken the life of one doctor. That's why Konstantin is kept in a secret facility. After this, Tatiana is given the complete details, and after studying it, she finds out that the creature resides in Konstantin's abdomen and has special powers. When it enters Konstantin's abdomen, it becomes small, about 3 centimeters in length, but as soon as it comes out, it grows to 1.5 feet. It only comes out of Konstantin's abdomen for half an hour at night and then goes back inside. And during this time, he remains unconscious, unaware of the creature inside his body. Tatiana also learns that whenever the attempt is made to remove this creature from his body, his condition deteriorates, and his body becomes weak. But as soon as the creature goes back into his abdomen, he becomes fine again. Tatiana approaches Konstantin to study his emotions and other aspects. She tells him that Konstantin left his son in an orphanage so that he could go on a space mission, and he himself killed his fellow astronaut. He's not a national hero but a coward. Upon hearing this, Konstantin gets angry. Tatiana does this to study Konstantin's hormone levels. The colonel asks Tatiana why she is doing this. Tatiana says that we need to test him differently, and we also need to find out what the creature eats. We have to let Konstantin stay in his normal routine. The colonel agrees to this. Then Konstantin is kept in a normal room. After this, Tatiana comes to Konstantin and apologizes. saying that I have interfered in your personal life. Constantine reveals that his wife has died, and he is stuck here and cannot take care of his child, who is now all alone. This time, when the creature comes out of his body, Tatiana approaches him again. Like the last time, there was a bulletproof glass between them, but this time something was different because the creature did not attack Tatiana. Instead, it was attracted to the toy lying next to her. This toy actually belonged to Constantine. Seeing this, Tatiana takes the toy with her inside, and the creature sticks to the toy as if it's his own, playing with it. Seeing this, Tatiana starts touching the creature, but it attacks her, after which the colonel suggests turning on the lights to confuse the creature and seizes the opportunity to get Tatiana out. When Tatiana regains consciousness, she informs the colonel that the creature feels the same as Constantine does. She insists on taking Constantine to Moscow, but the colonel disagrees, fearing that the creature is growing bigger each day, and it would be dangerous to take it there. He believes it's better to keep it here. However, Tatiana remains curious about what it eats, so she goes to the research doctor to gather more information about Constantine. Initially, the doctor refuses to share details because he wants credit for the research himself, but Tatiana convinces him that she is not concerned about credit. She simply wants to know the truth. The doctor agrees because he couldn't complete the research alone. He takes Tatiana to the other side of the facility in a car and gives her a night vision camera. With its help, Tatiana sees a prisoner being taken inside. Lights are turned off, and the creature enters the cell where the prisoner is placed. Tatiana is shocked to witness the creature attacking and consuming the prisoner. This revelation leaves her stunned. Later, the doctor reveals the whole truth, explaining that when they found Constantine, no treatment seemed to work on him. However, when the creature consumed a nurse, Constantine miraculously recovered. They tried feeding it various animals afterward, but nothing had the same effect. Since then, the creature has been fed a prisoner every day. Tatiana realizes that General Smerodov wants to use Constantine as a weapon, and she was brought in to control him. The next day, Tatiana takes Constantine out for a walk and reveals everything to him about the monster inside him and how he's being used as a weapon. They plan to deceive the security and meet alone. Then, Tatiana shows Constantine the footage of all the deceased prisoners. Afterwards, Constantine admits that he's aware of everything. He can feel it all. This revelation angers Tatiana, questioning how they could let someone die every day knowing the truth. Constantine kept this hidden from everyone because if the colonel found out, he wouldn't allow them to leave, especially with the inspection team due to arrive soon. Until then, they must keep up this act. He requests Tatiana not to disclose this to anyone. As she exits, she's apprehended as the general was already informed. This time, instead of showing footage from the night vision camera, they show the reality. Instead of one, two prisoners are brought. When Creature attacks them, Tatiana rushes forward to face him. Creature remains silent as she lets go. Then, Tatiana sings Constantine's favorite song, calming Creature down and weakening him. During this, one prisoner attempts to escape but is swiftly dealt with fatally. And this confirms that who can control this creature. After which Tatiana tells Constantine that she wants to run away with him. And after leaving here she will get the creature out and force it to leave your body. After that they start running away from there. And tell the other doctor about this, and the colonel kills this doctor because he had already seen everything in the cameras. During this time when Tatiana and Constantine are caught by the soldiers, then Constantine injects himself and the creature comes out from inside him and attacks the soldiers one by one. Then Tatiana takes Constantine away from there, but as soon as they go a little further Constantine's condition starts deteriorating because the creature was also getting weaker when Constantine was going away. And afterward, the colonel shoots the creature, injuring it, and starts chasing them both, and now they stops here because Constantine's condition had deteriorated a lot and Tatiana also got the idea that Constantine cannot live without the creature. So in the end Colonel arrives there and starts attacking Tatiana. After seeing this Constantine gets very angry and the creature regains consciousness and attacks the colonel. And then the creature comes towards Tatiana. Tatiana gets scared but it doesn't say anything to Tatiana and creature goes back into the body of Constantine. Constantine had come to know that he cannot stay with it and cannot live without it, so he shoots himself. After that, Tatiana adopts Constantine's son, and both of them start living happily ever after, and the movie ends.